this about damn cocks?
What's the difference? We're breeding.
We're talking about hybrid vigor. We're looking it up.
What is hybrid vigor? It's easier to watch a video with you guys than to talk about it ourselves.
And it's talking about chickens and
roosters.
Roosters.
Hybrid vigor, or heterosis, is the term used when a crossbred individual outperforms the parent fowl. Crossbreeding is widely used in commercial animal production and has proven
Pretty cool, man.
Hybrid animals
So hybrid is when you mate, you know, an American to an English, and you're trying to get, from textbook answer, trying to get better performance to enhance traits.
I.e. in dogs or our breed, foundation breedings.
Yeah, foundation breedings, and it
not only performance but type.
But traits. It says that you can enhance traits. So that's why I prefer mixing. That's another reason, you know, when you breed, you know, I challenge people this is what, when people call me for advice and they want to go heavy in this or heavy in that, I tell them, look, you want to go heavy American, that's cool, I don't have a problem with that, but in the end of the day, just breed American Bulldogs. If you want to go heavy English Bulldog, just go English Bulldog. But the mix together is a really good, cool thing. But when people say, hey, I want to be heavier on the English, I challenge them when I tell them this. Show me, you know, an English Bulldog or an Olde that's very heavy English Bulldog with a very large head. And Bulldogs are supposed to have very large heads. But I also challenge you, show me one that's heavy American that has great mass or has, you know, not such a long muzzle.
Bulldog type.
Yeah, it has more of a, you know, oldier type and less English, less American type. So that's what I tell people, you know, everything is good in moderations. And a lot of people,
it's like when people start to go heavy on muscle.
Yes.
What happens?
Well, when you identify a trait that you're after and you like it, there's nothing wrong with it. You just have to be mindful of where the trait came from. Because once you go after that trait, you eventually will reproduce where that trait came from. We'll just say that you get muscle from your pit bull. We'll just hypothetically say that. Eventually, if you go after that muscle so heavy, you'll recreate a pit bull. So you have to be mindful.
Which means you're going to lose bone, you're going to lose cheek, you're going to lose
skull,
and
all
size.
that too. But you at the end, you know, you're so focused on muscle that you're not going to be paying attention. But your dogs are going to start looking more and more like the dog that you use to get that.
Right, and it's not. It's. I guess the word for it would be kennel blindness, and that could be another video. But it's not necessarily. It's just. It's you forget, you're not aware. It's losing awareness because you're staying in your own yard and you don't go out inside and see somebody else's dog. So then
yes and no.
You don't see that now. You look like you have your own entire breed. You know?
Yes and no. I think people, you know, even myself, I'm so focused on trying to make healthy hips that I hear it even from my own wife, like, Chris, really? What? Don't bring them two dogs together.
Coyotes.
She calls them coyotes.
I heard half of our dogs are half coyote.
But I tell her, like, listen, I gotta make sure that I have, you know, quality hips, and then I can go forward with, you know, using an English Bulldog, heavier English Bulldog again, or heavier, or older, because, you know, a lot of your pin hips and a lot of your hip-tested dogs are in your American Bulldog gene. You know, not a lot of Englishes are tested, and not a lot of Oldies are tested. So a lot of American Bulldogs are tested, so that's where I try to gain my hip health from in the American Bulldogs. So this is just one of the few things that I love about Oldies is that we can, you know, handpick. We can handpick where we get things.
So
a lot of
foundation breeding, hybrid vigor.
Yeah, and people were saying that they're having more and more issues registering F1s. And I think we just need to have a serious conversation with them, the registries, because, okay, I'm going to have to agree with them. If we're going to go too heavy on the English Bulldog, they're going to stop us from being able to use F1s.
Right, which I agree.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with using an English Bulldog, because I'm all for using an English Bulldog, but where I need to use English Bulldog.
And which English.
Yes,
all
but...
Right. We're about 5 minutes.
All right, guys. So we have to cut these up so we can post them. We're not too good at this. We're learning, so you guys are going to learn with us. Like, follow, share, and peace.